Okay, friends. So today, my coyote artists, we are working on chiaroscuro, which is an Italian word that means light and dark. So in art, chiaroscuro is the treatment of light and shade in a drawing or painting. So as we can see here, we're trying to show this circle actually as a sphere, and we're using this artist technique of chiaroscuro to make it seem like it's 3D. So here you can see a range of values, which means from light to dark, or the darkness or lightness of a drawing or painting. And you can see in this picture here where they got all sorts of grays and really dark grays and really light grays, all those different shades of value. So that's what we're going to attempt to do today, is to show a 3D object on a flat piece of paper with the technique of chiaroscuro. So you're going to need paper and a pencil. And here I just have a number 2 pencil. And it's called number 2 because it has this 2B on it. So something darker would be a 4B, and then something darker than that would be a 6B. So the higher the number, the darker the pencil. But usually at school, we see a 2B. So to be or not to be. No, it's usually 2B. Whatever you have is great to start with. Remember, this is just practice. So you want to start with your circle, or you can find something that is circular, like an apple or an orange or a tennis ball, anything like that. And if you want to, you could even set up and put a real bright light on it, like with a lamp, a desk lamp would work. But for this little practice session, we're just going to imagine that our light is coming from this side. Okay, so of course, the lightest part of the sphere is going to be closest to the light, and then the darkest is going to be on the other side. However, you actually want to start with the middle and your medium color or shade. And remember that this is supposed to be a sphere, so you want to kind of make it look round by coloring in almost a curving stroke. So not straight up and down or side to side. And then this is more of a blending type of technique. So you want to make sure that you're kind of blending your strokes together. And you can do that by just having nice medium pressure. Okay, so now we want to go darker. We just press a little harder, but I still want it to blend in, so I don't want to get too dark too fast. So here I want to like a medium dark. Okay. All right, so now I'm ready to go even darker. So I press a little harder. And I just want to kind of color over what I've already done so it really blends in, and really press hard here, but get less pressure, have less pressure as you're shading in and kind of blending into the last layer. Okay. And then if I want to be even darker, I would go over that area again. Okay, so you don't want to see like a separation or a line between the medium dark and your darkest. So you just want to kind of keep going over the place that you want it to be darker and still blend into those other sections. All right, so now it's time to go towards the light. So you're just going to do less pressure with your pencil and have it just lightly color on the paper, slightly shade, even lighter, just a whisper of shade on the sphere. Okay, and you're going toward what's called the highlight, which is an area with no pencil shading at all. Okay, and then you can kind of blend in your edges a little bit, because it will be a little darker on that edge, right away from the light. A little on the edge here. And then, of course, nothing in this section because that's the highlight. And that's actually the hardest part, is to get your pencil so light that it's barely touching the paper so that you can get that really, really light gray of your pencil. Okay, and then if you want to go a step further, you can even play with the shadow. So of course the shadow is going to match your form shape. So it's going to be round because the sphere is round. And the shadow is also going to be pretty dark, right behind the sphere. And then it may or may not get a little lighter as it's kind of going around that edge, because maybe a little bit of the light is sneaking over a little bit. Okay, now you can kind of see some light here, and that's just kind of a reflection of the surface. I know that seems weird that a shadow would have a reflection, but if you have the table is lighter, or whatever the sphere is sitting on is a lighter color, then you will sometimes have that reflection there, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be totally dark in that section. Okay, so really what you're just working on is your blending. So chiaroscuro is getting that darkest dark and the lightest light in your drawing. So just have some fun. Try out some different forms, like try a cube, and or maybe try a cone. And then you want to show, where the light is, of course, and you can play with that as well and have the light coming from another side so that you know where the darkest is going to be, and then you know where your medium color, where you're going to start, is going to be. And then you can get darker from there and lighter from there. Right, so this will be helpful when you're doing drawing from life, like a still life, or you're trying to look at some complex form and you need to break it down into these simple 3D forms. Like imagine an ice cream cone. So you would need a cone and a sphere, and then you can pay attention to where it's dark and light on the cone and on the ice cream itself. Again, just barely touching that side with that pencil to get it nice and light. And then really getting lots of pressure to get that real dark in layers. So the darker, more layers that you want, right? Then, of course, the shape of the shadow is going to match whatever shape you're doing. Okay, so try out those skills. This definitely will benefit you if you're into shading and want to show some really value and really make your drawings seem like they're 3D. Okay, friends, so that's what I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day and don't forget to be creative and have fun. Bye.